Non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs, are among the most common used medications worldwide. These drugs are effective for reducing pain, inflammation, and fever, therefore important for conditions such as headaches, migraines, sprains, and musculoskeletal injuries. In this video, we will explain how NSAIDs work through their mechanism of action, specifically focusing on COX-1 versus COX-2 selective NSAIDs and the most common NSAIDs used in medicine. So when we have tissue injury, certain immune cells, their membranes become damaged. And the membranes on these immune cells produce an intermediate called arachidonic acid through an enzyme called phospholipase A2. Arachidonic acid is then converted by another enzyme called cyclooxygenase 2 or COX-2 into prostaglandins. Prostaglandins then sensitize nerves to cause pain, go to blood vessels to cause inflammation, and the hypothalamus to cause fever. So that's in the context of cell injury. But normally, outside injury, COX-2 can produce prostaglandins in the kidneys to regulate renal function, whilst COX-1 are always active throughout the body in multiple tissues to produce prostaglandins, also important for renal function, integrity of the gastrointestinal system, and also producing an intermediate called thromboxane, which is important for platelet aggregation. So when we look at NSAID drugs, they are going to block these two enzymes, COX-1 or COX-2. So some medications, some NSAIDs are more COX-1 selective, such as aspirin, naproxen, and ibuprofen, whilst other NSAIDs are more COX-2 selective, such as salicylate, diclofenac or Voltaren, celecoxib, or meloxicam. When we look at these individually, we have aspirin, which in low dose is very COX-1 specific, therefore very effective in blocking platelet aggregation, which is then used in cardiovascular disease, such as preventing stroke and heart attacks, whilst in higher dose, aspirin is actually converted in the liver to salicylate, which makes it a little bit more COX-2 selective, therefore useful in fever and pain and inflammation. Whilst naproxen and ibuprofen are very effective in short term for arthritis such as rheumatoid, osteoarthritis and gout, as well as after surgery for post-operative pain and musculoskeletal injuries. So these can be also effective in those conditions. However, it's important to note that these drugs will block COX-1, so we will see side effects associated with gastrointestinal issues such as ulcers. This leads us to why we start to look at COX-2 selectives, such as diclofenac, celecoxib, and meloxicam. So these will do the same kind of things as naproxen and ibuprofen. So the arthritises, diclofenac is also useful for musculoskeletal, headaches and migraine, as well as post-operative pain. But what these medications do is prevent the side effects associated with the gastrointestinal tract. So these medications are usually used in longer term and to prevent the side effects associated with gastrointestinal upsets.